Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. The format Commander is full of excellent choices. So many and versatile options exist, but which ones strike your interest? Perhaps you're needing some help on picking your first or next commander to lead your deck. Well, I thought it would be fun to make a video sharing with you a list of fun to play two-coloured commanders. Believe me, there are a lot of two-coloured commanders out there, so many options to choose from, so I'm hoping that this list can help slim things down for you. Before we start, I would like to mention my friends at Paramount Designs. They make amazing playmats with fantastic quality. If you're interested in picking up a new playmat with great artwork, check out the link in my description below, which is offering a special discount code for my viewers. Okie dokie everyone, without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Number 1. Jolene, the Plunder Queen. A legendary human warrior creature that costs 1 green, 1 red, and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever a player attacks one or more of your opponents, that attacking player creates a treasure token. If you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. Sacrifice 5 treasures, put 5 +1/+1 counters on Jolene. So, Jolene is the queen of collecting treasures. I mean, just look at that big bag of gold she's carrying. Gold digger, am I right? Anyway, jokes aside, Jolene is actually an excellent rule commander. Jolene is interesting as she changes the dynamic of the game slightly for all players, as each player can benefit with treasure tokens as long as they don't attack you but another opponent of ours. This makes things interesting and can cause all sorts of funny shenanigans between you and the other players in the game. Let's not forget, we benefit massively whenever we create a treasure token as well, as we get to create an additional treasure each time we create one. This can lead to explosive turns. You can use Jolene even as a Voltron commander if you wish, being able to power up with the treasure tokens we create. You can buy this commander for around $5. Number 2. Wort, the Raidmother. A legendary goblin shaman creature that costs 2 hybrid mana of red and green and 4 generic mana to cast. Wort has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. When Wort the Raidmother enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red and green goblin creature tokens. Each red or green instant sorcery spell you cast has Conspire. As you cast the spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a colour with it. When you do, copy it and you may choose new targets for the copy. Now, Wort may be a hideous looking card, but it's pretty fun to play. Having the unique ability of Conspire on our commander is so sweet, and copying our spells is just so darn fun. Chances are you have loads of goblins on the board, and that you can easily use them to tap and activate Wort's Conspire trigger, leading to a whole load of fun. Copying all your favourite spells is always enjoyable. You can buy this commander for around 50 cents. Number 3. Liesa, Shroud of Dusk. A legendary angel creature that costs 2 white, 1 black, and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 5 power and 5 toughness and says the following. Rather than pay 2 generic mana for each previous time you've cast this spell from the command zone this game, pay 2 life that many times. Flying, lifelink. Whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. Now, Liesa is a very powerful commander and very enjoyable to play. She has a very unique ability of being able to bypass command attacks with life, which is incredibly cool. Paying 2 life instead of 2 generic mana each time she's removed is way more easily achieved, especially if you're building a life gain deck with Liesa. Having that life as a resource is great and very deadly for your opponents. We also get to punish players when they cast spells. However, be warned, as this also affects us, so make sure you do have access to loads of life gain cards so that the loss of life doesn't really hurt us that much at all. You can buy this commander for around 80 cents. Number 4. Galia of the Endless Dance. A legendary satyr creature that costs 1 green and 1 red mana to cast. She has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Haste. Other satyrs you control get +1/+1 and have haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may discard a card at random. If you do, draw 2 cards. So, first off, look how much fun Gallia is having in this picture. She truly looks happy. And you can be too, if you pilot the Gallia deck. Well, at least that's the plan. Gallia is a super cheap to cast at just 2 total mana, meaning you can get her out very efficiently each game. She also has so much good card text, making her a truly worthwhile commander to play. Galia offers a sort of gamble approach to the game, as when you do attack with 3 or more creatures and activate her trigger ability, we can get rid of 1 card in our hand at random to draw 2 new ones. Now this is a risky approach, as you may accidentally remove a solid card from your hand and draw 2 terrible ones, but that risk is what makes Galia so fun, and pretty unique as well. You can buy this commander for around 80 cents. Number 5, Canan Prodigy, a legendary human druid creature that costs 1 blue and 1 generic mana to cast. Kinnan has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that permanent produced. For 5 generic mana, 1 green mana and 1 blue mana, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Now, Kinnan is a solid commander option. He can be built both casually and high-end, and by high-end I mean competitively. Kinnan can cause an absolute chaos in the cEDH format, meaning a very powerful commander when fine-tuned and pushed to its limits. What makes Kinnan fun though is taking a more casual approach. You can enjoy that extra mana you create with Kinnan without having to go crazy OP combo ninja style. Trust me, your opponents will be happier too at this approach. Kinnan costs only 2 total mana to cast and can do a lot of amazing things. If you're looking for a fun and very powerful commander, this is the one for you. You can buy this commander for around $9. Number 6, Brion Stout Arm, a legendary giant warrior creature that costs 1 white, 1 red and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Lifelink, for 1 red and tap, sacrifice another creature. Brion Stout Arm deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target player or planeswalker. There is an amazing card in Magic the Gathering called Fling. Now, the card Fling has a very special place in my heart. It's a hilarious card that can catch people off guard and totally annihilate life totals. The idea is you attack with a creature, a very large one, hopefully hit the target head on. Then, just when they think they've made it out alive, you throw, or in this case, fling that creature straight in their face and deal damage to them, again equal to its power. Now looking back at Brion Stoutarm, our commander here, Brion, he basically gives us Fling built onto him, making you have access to Fling every turn cycle, which is just so damn fun. Honestly, you got to try this commander at some point. It's hilariously fun. Brion Stoutarm, the recursion Fling commander, is badass, and you can buy this commander for around 80 cents. Number 7, Strefan, Maurer, Progenitor, a legendary vampire noble creature that costs 1 red, 1 black and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 3 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Flying, at the beginning of your end step, create a blood token for each player who lost life this turn. Whenever Strefan attacks, you may sacrifice 2 blood tokens. If you do, you may put a vampire card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until the end of turn. The commander format has so many vampires to choose from, and Wizards of the Coast are always releasing more vampires, making Strefan a very good commander to invest into. If you like the idea of building your own blood-sacking vampire army, Strefan can help get you there pretty fast. It's very easy to trigger Strefan's ability to make blood tokens, meaning you will likely always have a good amount of blood tokens stacked on your board in order to sacrifice 2 of them to bring in a vampire from your hand, tapped and attacking. Strefan is a mighty commander and an absolute blast to play. If you like vampires, you'll love Strefan, and you can buy this commander for around $1. Number 8. The final card on my list, Lathril, Blade of the Elves, a legendary elf noble creature that costs 1 green, 1 black and 2 generic mana to cast. She has 2 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Menace, whenever Lathril, Blade of the Elves deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens. Tap, and then tap 10 untapped elves you control. Each opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life. Lathril offers a fun take on your typical go-wide commander deck approach. This is because you don't have to attack with your elf army, but instead you can tap them to drain life from all your opponents, making it way more effective. You're going to want to go full elf tribal with a Lathril deck, stack up your elves, create an elf army, and enjoy the life drain. We also gain life whenever we activate Lathril's ability, which is pretty wild. Lathril also gives us access to green, which is the best colour for the elf tribe, giving us access to loads of S tier elves. Many believe that Lathril is perhaps the best elf commander released at the moment, and I can believe them. She is a very powerful and fun commander to pilot. You can buy this commander for around $3.50. Okay everyone, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for making it this far, you totally rock. If you did enjoy the video, please could you drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I would really like to know if you have any recommendations on a fun to play 2-colored commander. If you do, please share in the comment section below. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.